Imagine this. Tomorrow morning, you wake up, you check your phone, and there's a message that says, nobody's going to work today. Not for Amazon, not for Walmart, not for any billionaire. We're done. What happens next? Does the world collapse? Do we win? Or does something else happen that nobody expected? Stay with me because this gets wild. What if everyone who works for a billionaire just didn't show up? Now, I'm not telling you to quit your job, but this thought experiment reveals some crazy truths about power, money, and who really runs things. And by the end, you'll see why this question matters. So, it's day one. Nobody shows up. At Amazon warehouses, the conveyor belts stop. At Starbucks, the doors stay locked. At Tesla factories, the assembly lines go silent. Millions of workers just don't come in. Here's what's crazy. Within hours, the billionaires start losing money. Not like, oh no, I can't buy a third yacht money. We're talking millions per hour. Jeff Bezos, his net worth is tied to Amazon stock. If Amazon stops shipping, that stock drops fast. But here's the thing nobody talks about. The workers, they're losing money too. Rent is due in 2 weeks. Kids need to eat today. That electric bill doesn't care about your revolution. And this is where it gets interesting, because now it's a game of chicken. Who blinks first? Now, you might be thinking, but we have the power. They need us more than we need them. And you're right, sort of. See, a billionaire can survive without income for months, even years. They have investments, assets, multiple revenue streams. Elon Musk could probably go a decade without earning $1 and still live in mansions. But the average worker? Most people are 2 paychecks away from serious trouble. Studies show that 60% of Americans couldn't handle a $1,000 emergency. So the billionaires have time. They can wait. They can hire replacement workers, they can move factories to other countries, they can automate. And here's the kicker. They can use their money to change laws, break up organizing, or just outlast everyone. This is why every successful worker movement in history needed 3 things: solidarity, savings, and strategy. But let's not pretend this is impossible, because it's happened before. In 1936, auto workers in Flint, Michigan sat down inside a GM factory and refused to leave. They didn't go home. They stayed inside for 44 days. And guess what? They won. They got better wages, better conditions, and recognition for their union. In 2018, teachers across America walked out. States like West Virginia, Oklahoma, and Arizona. These weren't rich people. These were teachers who could barely afford their own rent. But they organized, they held the line, and they won raises. The pattern is always the same. Workers realize their power, they organize, they make demands, and if enough of them stick together, they win concessions. But here's what's also true. It's never easy, it's never clean, and it requires sacrifice that not everyone can afford. Now, here's where this gets really interesting. Let's say workers do pull it off. Let's say millions of people stop working, stick together, and billionaires are forced to negotiate. What would they actually win? Higher wages? Sure, maybe. Better benefits? Possibly. But here's the twist. The billionaires would still be billionaires. The system stays the same. You're still working for someone. They still own everything. You just get a slightly bigger slice of the pie. Some people say the real question isn't what if we stop working for them, it's what if we stopped having billionaires at all? What if Amazon was owned by Jeff Bezos, it was owned by the workers? Every employee gets a share. Every employee votes on big decisions. The profits get split among the people doing the actual work. This isn't fantasy. Companies like this exist. There's a company in Spain called Mondragon with 80,000 worker owners. They've been doing this since 1956. But it's complicated. These companies face their own problems. Raising money is harder, making decisions takes longer, competing with traditional companies is tough. If everyone stopped working tomorrow, chaos would follow. Some workers would win concessions, others would lose their jobs, some industries would adapt, others would collapse. There's no clean outcome. But here's what is true. The reason billionaires are billionaires is because millions of people show up every day and create value for them. Your work, your time, your skills, that's what builds their wealth. And that means you do have power. The question is whether that power can be organized, whether people can stick together long enough, whether they can survive the pressure and the waiting game. Throughout history, workers have won major victories. The weekend didn't exist until workers fought for it. Child labor laws didn't exist until people demanded them. The 8-hour workday was won through strikes and organizing. But every single one of those wins required ordinary people taking risks, making sacrifices, and believing they deserved better. So would stopping work for billionaires change everything? Maybe, probably not overnight, but it would change something. Would it be easy? No. Would everyone stick together? Probably not. Would it solve all our problems? Definitely not. But here's what I know for sure. Every right you have as a worker, someone fought for. Every protection, every benefit, every law that keeps you safe, it came from people who said enough and meant it. The 8-hour workday, people died fighting for that, literally died. The weekend, that was won through strikes. Child labor laws, safety regulations, minimum wage, all of it came from workers who decided they deserved better. And the thing is, this isn't ancient history. This is still happening, right now, in warehouses and coffee shops and schools and hospitals. People are organizing, people are fighting back, people are winning. The question isn't whether it's possible. History proves it's possible. The question is whether enough people believe it's worth the risk, whether they're willing to stick together long enough to see it through. I'm not going to tell you to quit their job or start a revolution or anything like that, but I will tell you this: the system we have isn't the only system possible. It's not even the only system we've had. Things change. They always have. They always will. And when they do change, it's because ordinary people made it happen. So what role will you play? Will you be someone who just accepts things as they are, or will you be someone who asks why things have to be this way? You don't have to have the answer right now, but it's worth thinking about. Let me know in the comments. What would you fight for? What would make you walk out? What do you think workers deserve that they're not getting? Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I make videos like this every week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.